This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com.
Welcome to TV Tuners Denver. Our so-called heroes have been banished to the treacherous streets of Denver to continue their podcast. There, at the Mile High City, the air is as thin as their hopes for the future, reeling from the death of their fourth host. They once more take a deep dive into the grim world of television.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive of the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and guy who's running like some dance cult, I guess. Stairmaster.
Listen there, fella. You need a positive energy, and you need to cast out the... I can't do it.
Damn it, McNulty.
Damn it, McNulty! You had one job! Do a funny Australian guy voice! Do you see this? These are going right up your ass!
Is McNulty's actor Australian? I didn't look this up, and I probably should have.
He's British.
Oh, yeah. Depressing. So with us, as always, of course, is our other co-host and immigrant trying to take his family to a new land, Kyorain.
And it's a real struggle out here, you know.
Oh, you're not even trying an accent.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah,
smart
especially
idea.
after... Yeah, probably. Learning from my mistakes.
It's the reason I didn't give Stair the immigrant role.
Please, Swanson, can I have a tomato, please?
Yes, that's what I would say.
Sure, buddy.
I would just be like, you know how Arabs love tomatoes.
Well, that guy was begging for food.
Look, my man laughing because he know.
Yeah, Stair, in the show we watched, the guy did beg for a tomato.
Yes, he did.
I
think that would also be a funny stereotype.
They love tomatoes.
Yes.
Too hot for tomatoes.
Oh. Yeah, the tomatoes will melt.
Yeah, that's one thing they don't teach you about tomatoes.
Yeah, you'll get ketchup everywhere.
That's tasty.
Yeah. Welcome to TV Tuners. Coming to you live from Denver, where we've been stationed, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Banished.
We've been exiled from our 3 houses we lived in, and we're locally recording.
Yeah, we're locally recording again. Nothing matters here in Denver.
Yeah.
We're just sort of living in a house that is located in 2100 TV Avenue, which I didn't think existed, but apparently is a place in Denver.
And basically, this house is a set. There's no actual plumbing or anything. It's not really a house.
Yes. I had to pee in the corner last night.
Yeah. The only thing this house is good for, really, is recording the podcast.
Yeah, and watching TV as well.
Yeah, the cable and internet do work, so that's nice.
Very strange.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome to TV Tuners, where we're starting a new era, post 100. You know, we had
things have changed forever.
Yes,
I'm constantly haunted at night by memories of my best friend Elle exploding.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
A tornado of blood and viscera.
Yeah, I'm over that.
Yeah, it's kind of old hat at this point. You know, been there, done that.
When I wake up at night, I can still feel the guts on my face.
Wow.
And I have to clean it off.
Well, why are you being so dramatic? I don't understand.
Yeah. I just really wish I understood why you were, like, scarred by that.
I was literally scarred. A piece of her bones almost impaled me in the heart. It's literally an inch to the left and I would be dead.
Almost impale me in the heart. You talk about this all the time. Grow up.
Seriously, you even have a therapist, which is the lamest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm like Tony Soprano.
No, but she's not a hot female.
Yeah, you're not like
She wasn't hot, okay?
Yeah, you're not like coming on to your therapist at inappropriate moments.
Well, I mean, like, she's hot in comparison to Tony Soprano.
To Tony. That's a good way to watch The Soprano. It's just compare everyone.
Hey, you don't think I'm a fucking stud? I'm a fucking beefcake? Huh?
Yeah, does he actually think he's attractive, or is he aware that he's a schlub?
Hideous.
I think most of the people in The Sopranos who are mobsters are aware that they're all pretty ugly.
I don't know.
Are handsome people allowed in the mob?
Evidently not, given The Sopranos.
I'm just saying, with all the personality disorders going around, I'm just not sure if they can tell or not.
Fair.
It's true. Yeah, so welcome to TV Tuners Denver, as I've been told it's to be called in the podcast itself.
Yeah, we're a regional podcast now?
Yes.
I guess, yeah.
East Coasters, stop listening immediately.
Please don't. So yeah, we're here as always. We do have some new stuff that we're rolling out.
Ooh, what?
Including this new system that I've installed called the achievement system.
Ooh, like a video game.
That's right.
Wow.
It's like a video game, but on podcast and only for us.
I can't wait.
Each week we have achievements that we have to unlock.
Really?
So, for instance, this week, Stairmaster is to only talk about one thing he watched this week.
What? That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pretty easy one. It's the first one.
Yeah, it's like level 1, like opening the game is an achievement, basically.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, Keo's achievement is that he has to say 3 mean things about the TV show.
Oh, that's going to be
Oh,
easy.
I would have loved that. I love being mean. I love being a messy bitch who loves drama.
Now, what's mine again, Keo?
Yours was to say 3 very nice things about this program.
Oh, that's
Or at least
rough.
3 kind of nice things.
I think it says very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, very nice.
Quotation marks. It's
All right, I guess
underlined.
gotta find very nice things to say about this show.
I guess that's relative, right? I mean, sometimes giving something praise when it doesn't deserve it is already very nice, right?
Yes, that is very nice, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about the show in a quick sec, but I do want to take a moment real quick and remind everybody that if you do like the podcast and you like what you're hearing so far, especially if you are a first-time listener, why don't you go over and smash that subscribe button? We're available on all of the podcatchers of your choice. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and more. Any podcatcher you can think of, we're there, waiting for you to hit that subscribe and, give us a 5-star review.
That's
be greatly
insane.
appreciated. Yeah, it'd be a great time to get us all going here with the new episode order up in here in Denver. Give us some mile-high reviews.
Yeah, and Stairmaster sent me this memo.
Oh, yes, I did.
And we were strategizing about how to get more listeners. And what Stairmaster was proposing to me was brilliant. I had to share it with everybody. So Stairmaster says that all of our listeners should, quote, abduct one of their friends and make them listen.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yes,
Who doesn't love a good abduction?
This is what we call direct engagement.
Yeah.
So grab one of your friends and show them the podcast if you're enjoying it.
Yeah, and of course, as always, we're on Twitter, if that's a place where you want to reach us. You can find us at TV Tuners for great television content. Or use the hashtag TV Tuners, and we'll give a glance at what you're saying.
Do not use the tag TV Tuners 100.
Yeah,
That is
that's in the past, and Stair has the scars to prove it.
Yes.
Evidently. And if you want like a more personal connection to us, you can always email us. Our email is open and ready. We can read it on the pod, too. If you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights, or otherwise, you can send them to us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kyorain?
I remember now. It's supposed to be professional, right? Like, now that we're in Denver.
Yeah, now that we're in Denver is the time when you get professional, yeah.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me put my tie on here. Okay, the podcast...
A little clip-on tie.
Email is tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, God.
And, with that out of the way, let's get into our tweet of the week that we didn't decide on.
All right. This tweet of the week comes from user at Dogan Tekali, who writes, "The Turkish nation lives hungry and cannot live stateless. The whole world will see this reality. Apply as many sanctions as you want. We will take what is ours."
Menacing.
On the show. Yeah, I'm not sure what this has to do with the show we watched this week, but...
This is where you found it?
Yes, I was looking for Stateless tweets.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what this villainous monologue has to do with the show we watched, or what it's doing on Twitter. This seems like something that someone says before they have a battle with the protagonist of a show.
This sounds like something they should be saying at the UN.
Yes. Yeah, so the UN can not listen.
This is like the part of Gundam right before they drop the colony on something.
Listen, I want to get involved in whatever this is, though.
Oh, you want to become a Turkish nationalist?
Dangerous words to say on a thing that gets released to the public, Keo.
Look, that's not what I said. I didn't say I was going to join up with this guy. I just want to get involved. Or
you want to get involved in what?
Whatever this is.
Whatever he's laying down, Keo Rain wants to get involved.
Or I guess maybe this is a woman. I guess the username here is Chloe. Whatever. I want to get involved. I'm gonna put on my boots, head over there, see what's see what's happening.
I think I have to give this a tune out.
Yeah, I think I have to give it a tune as well.
I have to give it a tune in because it's very engaging.
Also, do you think that the reason it's in the search for Stateless is because he says Stateless in there?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's a tune out. Better luck next time. And with that out of the way, listen, we know you guys. Some of you guys come in here, you see the title of the show, and you say, "Ooh, I want to hear them talk about that show." And, you have to sit through us doing a whole bunch of other bullshit before you even get to us talking about the show. So,
yeah, fuck that.
Well, no, you still have to wait for us to talk about the show, our thoughts on it. But what if we shared other people's thoughts around the world on the podcast of that show?
All right.
And then, we come back later and you get to hear what we think of the show. That's a good idea. Yeah.
All right.
So, just as a brief forewarning here, the views expressed here are not our own.
That's right. There's a lot of shocking, not
diverse, diversity of opinions.
Yeah, sure. That's one way of putting it. I would say the lack of diversity is the thing that they enjoy. Keo, you have the 1 out of 10 here. Do you want to start with that? We'll sort of gradually build up. So these are all from IMDb. Keo has the 1 out of 10. I have the sort of halfway point, I guess.
And I have the 10 out of 10.
That's right.
We're being real balanced here. We're showing every angle.
That's right. We're like a news network. We're fair and balanced here on TV Tuners.
All right. So here we go. This is a 1 out of 10, and the title of this review is Dangerous Propaganda by
interesting
by Henry Porter.
2 R's.
Yeah, Henry Porter. And he says, "It is very clear that the creator's agenda here is not to entertain, not to inform, but to instill their beliefs into you. For that, it is of no artistic value."
But isn't all art about
Yeah, probably,
interacting?
Right?
Aren't you supposed to imprint upon the viewer something?
You're supposed to give
them with something,
some idea into your word.
Imagine if someone was like, Breaking Bad, it's not here to entertain you or to inform you. It's just instilling the person's beliefs that drugs are bad.
Look, as a pro-meth advocate, I cannot in good conscience recommend this show.
The reason you don't see things like that for stuff like Breaking Bad is because it doesn't deal with, what's going on in Stateless. Does that count as a nice thing? Is that one of them? Damn it.
I don't think so.
You didn't phrase it in a nice way, so no.
Dang.
Say it actually nice. Say that Stateless has a good message, Swanson.
Yeah, Stateless has a good message.
Okay. Ding ding.
All right. There you go. That's one. All right. So I got the 5 out of 10 here. This, oh, Jesus. This one is called, Why Don't We Just Address the Root Issue Here?
Oh, God.
And it is by Straight from the Horsey Mouth.
What? Hold on, expand on that.
That's the name of the user. I don't know what to expand on.
Is this person like, is that their, persona?
I don't know. Maybe they really like BoJack Horseman. Anyway, I'm going to guess no based off of what they say here, but it's always popular to point at first world countries who can't afford to have open borders because of lawsuits and people not living in huts, etc.
Oh no!
But overpopulation is the root of all of these human rights issues.
What?
Without birth control, be it via abstinence or sterilization, humans will continue to suffer needlessly and somehow point figures at everyone else. Suffering will only increase with open borders. And pretending like it's a feasible option, we should focus all our efforts on improving the quality of life in our own surroundings.
Here's another Gundam villain.
Yeah, thanks, Thanos.
Yeah, I don't think even Thanos decided to sterilize people.
The entire notion of overpopulation in a way, like, at least the popular framing of it in culture is just complete bullshit.
Yes.
Like, the Malthusian idea that we'll just exceed our food production capability has never rung true. All of the famines of the modern age have been caused by, distribution issues. Like the Irish famine, Ireland remained a net exporter of food for the majority of the crisis.
Yeah, it's just to do with people being greedy.
Yes.
Greedy to want all that. I like the idea that you can't afford to have open borders because of lawsuits and people not living in huts.
Also, I didn't get the impression that this show was pushing for, quote, open borders, but just, not horribly mistreating people.
Yeah. Like some weird racist fear of, the Zionists teaming up with, guys with spears from Johnny Quest.
It's such a strange thing to go from watching this show in which it's like, hey, maybe we should not treat people who are attempting to enter our country like subclass criminals, and being like, well, we can't just let everybody in. It's all because of overpopulation. Also, my favorite part of this isn't actually that stuff that we've just been talking about, but that the only form of birth control that apparently can register with Straight from the Horsey Mouth is either
murder.
Abstinence or sterilization.
There's no middle ground.
No. Imagine if that was the rubric of what was taught in school. Just
that'd be really awful, huh?
Two choices.
Well, yeah. You can either never have sex or you can get sterilized.
I'm glad that has never happened in American history at all.
Nope.
And
it never will ever again.
Alright. So my review is a 10 out of 10 from Hannah Tennis, titled Kate Blanchett.
Oh no. I thought this was going to be better than ours.
No, it doesn't. It takes a shocking swerve.
Okay.
Very moving and very contemporary. Made me realize how lucky I am. Nothing about Kate Blanchett in this review.
Did Kate Blanchett even show up in this episode?
I don't know. All white women look the same to me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was a positive.
Maybe. I think she was McNulty's partner.
Yeah, definitely.
In crime.
I know all about this actress.
She was in the Power Ranger movie as the bad guy, Kyo.
I remember the Power Ranger movie when I was 5 years old.
No, I mean the new one. The one where they jerk off a bull.
She was also the bad guy and the villainess in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that movie. I was like, wow.
Wow. Colonization, it really is bad, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so thanks for those. That's what those people have thought of this show, Stateless. We'll give you our opinions on Stateless in a little bit here.
Probably 40 minutes from now.
Hopefully. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get to what you guys watched this week. Anything fun, interesting?
I finally finished Gundam Wing.
Oh.
Thoughts?
Oh, what a fucking journey that show was. Like, every 10 episodes, there would be a coup d'etat. And, like, the entire conflict they were fighting would just become a new one, and the guys would just be like, huh? What are we supposed to do now?
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't there a movie that takes place after Gundam Wing?
Yes.
Have you watched that yet?
Yes, I watched that. It's very beautiful looking. But they also changed all the Gundam designs.
Oh.
Which some are improvements. Some I'm fine with. Some I'm not. For some reason, the heavy arms Gundam, the one with the Gatling gun arm, is blue now instead of red. Which is the one thing that baffles me most. Not the fact that it has 4 machine guns now on its arms, but...
I just remember that back in the day, Toonami really loved playing that movie whenever they needed to fill like 2 hours a time.
You know what? It's a bop. It's really cool when Wing Gundam shows up.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
I just remember it being shown on the air all the time, just going, oh, I guess I can't watch TV tonight.
Maybe that's my experience. I just saw it come up and I was like, yeah, goodbye.
Me and Kyo were deeply picky eaters as children.
And by eaters, I mean watchers of TV.
I would have a diet of only one channel.
Yes, exactly.
Oh no, I was always hopping.
I would watch Cartoon Network, and then I would change it like at 8 p.m. to watch Rugrats, except I didn't know how to read a clock back then, so sometimes I'd fuck it up. Just be sad for the day.
I had like channels that I would check out. Like I didn't check anything in between those channels, but I would tune to those and then just be like, I guess this is cool, I'll keep this on.
Anyways, I like, because that movie is like an epilogue to the series, but it's also like a, hey, the boys are back sort of thing. And there's a conflict between those two notions that kind of muddles it a little bit.
I want just a pure "Hey, the boys are back" movie, please.
Yes.
Oh, you mean the Expendables?
Yeah.
That.
Always get the boys back together.
Yeah, because, like Char's Counterattack, that's not a boys are back sort of movie, but it is very much a finale.
Can we get like a Expendables version of Gundam?
That's all 5 pilots?
Yeah.
Or that's a bunch of pilots teaming up? I think that's like Super Robot Wars in a nutshell.
And no women. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give, I sort of half-heartedly watched episodes of Warrior Nun.
Oh.
Why'd you do that, Swanson?
Follow-up.
Sort of. I can't really like comment too much on it because I was only half paying attention while my girlfriend watched it. But it doesn't get better.
Oh,
that's really sad.
I can't believe Netflix has done it again.
So, like I mentioned on our last episode when we talked about Warrior Nun, the second episode she does finally team up with the nuns, but then she like ditches them again and goes back with like the art school rejects.
Well, those guys are cool though. They squat.
How long does it take for actual Christianity to show up for the Warrior Nun?
Like about halfway through. Also, they introduce a subplot with a corporation that's trying to like make a portal to heaven.
Yes, like the Dark Tournament arc in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, but then like they also give that like Netflix style subplots with like the lady who's running the corporation and her dying son.
Oh,
is like
God.
who could possibly give a shit?
Yeah, I think it's good that he's dying.
Yeah,
just off the information that I have that she owns a corporation.
I might have missed a few episodes recording this very podcast. And come back to find like the last 2 episodes involve them rebelling against the organization they work for, and then
Catholic
fighting
Church?
Satan. But also, it ends on a cliffhanger.
Wow, sounds just like Gundam Wing.
Yeah,
The world's constantly changing.
I'm not gonna lie. Outside of the subplot of the dying son or whatever, that sounds kind of lame. It sounds actually kind of cool.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind that it is almost exactly like a Netflix Marvel show where there are going to be constant subplots.
Yeah, just watch watch Gundam Wing. That has the Gundam be like an angel at the end.
Okay.
Like, I watched the episode where the nuns finally are able to recruit this warrior nun to the group, and it involves two of the nuns, one who is trying to kill her so that they can take the artifact from her, and another who's just trying to make sure that she joins them, and they just keep fighting each other. There's 3 separate fight scenes of them fighting each other, and each time the same person wins.
That sounds very...
It's why am I... Why it's not... There's no purpose to it.
Little repetitive.
Imagine that happened in a pro wrestling card or promotion.
Yeah, like every John Cena feud.
Sad.
But yeah...
Do you think the show would be improved with John Cena?
If John Cena played Satan, that'd be a good show.
Okay.
Alright, so...
Agreed.
2 things I'm going to say here. Can my achievement next week just be to watch Gundam Wing and talk about it?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah,
thanks.
Sure. Alright, go ahead.
Wow, okay.
And I did watch a program in the past week. I followed up on more of that Fire Force program that we talked about a long time ago.
Former episode.
Yeah, that was a TV Tuners tune out, but
the episode we were in love with until we found out about all the fan service.
Yep. Well, I don't know if we were in love with it. I was going to give it a tentative tune in, and then Keo started talking about some other stuff.
Yeah, we were delighted until we found out about the Catwoman, who's constantly... Well,
her
quick
clothes...
refresher for us, Keo?
Yeah, so she has, fire cat powers, but also a cannon curse where her clothes will just randomly fall off.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
But if you ignore that, it's just a bunch of fun, cool fight scenes full of a bunch of fire and explosions and people punching each other.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, don't make your show about a teenage boy saving the world. Have it be a grown-up show, TV show for adults.
Anime for adults.
Yes. You need more of a Dome and Cashew sort of protagonist, age-wise, I guess.
I mean, it does have a bit of what do you call it, it shifts the mood way too much to do the fan service.
Yes.
But, it's fine. I get past it.
Would you say it's better or worse than Bleach?
Ooh. Well,
answer quickly, or I will kill you.
The strange thing about this anime, at least, is that the pacing is really, really fast. It's just crazy things happen every episode. It's hard to keep track of it sometimes, which is kind of the opposite of Bleach.
True.
So,
yeah, Bleach lets it moments breathe. At least in the part we're watching.
Yeah. So I would not say it's better than early Bleach, but I will say it's definitely better than later Bleach.
That's not very impressive.
We'll see if we ever get to that. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, by the by, of course we have the Bleach cast, which is every Thursday.
Yes, the 1,000-year Bleach cast.
Yes, a little bonus podcast about the multimedia franchise we know and love as Bleach. Anyway, so Fire Force, huh? That's a tune-in for you, Keo?
Yeah, it's fun.
All right. And just for a refresher, that's a tune-out on Warrior Nun.
And of
Every
course,
Warrior Nun needs more fan service.
A very clear tune-in on Gundam Wing.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what Keo thinks of Gundam Wing next week per his new achievement. He hasn't even unlocked the first one.
Yeah, how many episodes do I have to watch for this achievement?
All.
More than one.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so 2.
Yeah, if that's if you can live with yourself.
Look, I'm a busy guy. I have a tie on and everything.
That's true. He never took the clip on off.
That's exactly why you got to apply yourself to this.
Okay, I'll get some sweat worked up watching this show.
All right.
You gonna be doing aerobics during the show?
Yeah.
Oh. Kia's gonna do all the moves alongside the Gundam.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, right. And I'll yell out whenever a character does.
That's right.
You'll make the beam saber noises.
I'm gonna get really into it, Swanson. It's gonna be crazy.
I look forward to your new mech.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that all out of the way, let's get to the news, huh? Lots of events going on in the world of television.
Really?
Let's talk about them.
And the world of people.
Yeah, but
All
we don't
those
need to worry about the
people.
world of people. There's always people there.
Yeah, it's someone else's problem.
Yeah. Instead, let's talk about the Emmy Awards.
Yeah. Oh, that's like the American version of the BAFTA, right?
That's right, with a slightly less disturbing statue. Well, not slightly. It is less disturbing. Yes, the Emmy Awards once again have been announced this year because of the pandemic. Things are going to be virtual, but that doesn't mean they're going to stop happening. The Emmys are coming up this September, and the nominees have been announced. And there's some hubbub about some of these nominees.
Hubbub?
Hubbub.
Is there nom-drom on these Emmys?
There's nom-drom on these noms.
I fucking hate this.
So we'll start with the drom, actually. Better Call Saul, shunned. That's right.
Forsaken.
Now, I think we don't have to be coy here. Better Call Saul is like our favorite TV show, currently on the air.
Yes.
Okay, sure, why not?
What would you put in its place?
I can't think of anything, that's why I said why not.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Get off my ass,
No need to be
Swanson.
glib about it. Just say sure.
That's part of my charm. You're the
so
two nice boys, and I'm the mean one.
Better Call Saul only received 2 major nominations. It did also get nominated for 2 episodes for writing, but that's whatever. It only got a
writers go
nomination
home.
for outstanding drama series and outstanding supporting actor, which went to Giancarlo Esposito, who wasn't even that impressive this year.
What
Also-
did he even do other than like look agitated a little bit?
He bullied that teenager
Yeah.
employee of his.
The only reason it feels like this happened at all is that like half the people who nominate didn't even watch Better Call Saul. Like it's on their DVR and they haven't really gotten to it yet. But they're like, oh, he's good usually, so give it to him.
Yeah,
I
sure.
saw him on The Mandalorian.
Has he even gotten one before?
No,
Oh, yeah, that's probably it.
and no one on Better Call Saul has gotten one before either. But also no love for Jonathan Banks, who did outstanding work. Tony Dalton, who killed it as Lalo, literally killed
Yes.
people.
Further proof they haven't seen it.
Also, Ray Seahorn, what the hell? Kim Wexler is like one of the most nuanced portrayals I've seen on TV.
Nuanced portrayals of a woman.
I mean, of anybody, but yeah.
I get it.
But yeah, like, I don't know. You're gonna tell me that, like, someone from Westworld did better than Rhea Seahorn this year?
Well, I mean, it is Aaron Paul. Our boy, Aaron Paul.
Look, we knew that these awards were trash when Broke
Yes,
My
and
Boy
rigged.
didn't get nominated.
Well, it
Yeah,
got
we knew they
nominated, it didn't win. But you know what
win,
didn't
when
get
did it win?
nominated? Chicanery didn't get nominated.
Yeah. It's just these awards, I don't know what their deal is.
Yeah, I figured they were all fucked up and fake and racist when Dragon Ball Super Broly didn't get an Oscar last year.
That's true, yeah. But
Yeah,
Better Call
the
Saul
animation
did
in
get...
that movie was like amazing. I can't imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Better Call Saul did get 2 Writers' Awards for Bad Choice Road, which was the episode with the Lalo confrontation, and Bagman. But no directing awards, which I would have figured Bagman would be a shoo-in for. But
That's very mystifying.
but yeah,
That is
as
one
for
of the
some
best
other
directed.
shows that have been discussed on the pod before that got nominated, over an outstanding drama series, Stranger Things was nominated for some reason.
Fuck
Oh,
off.
Why?
I had no
Because
idea.
it's like the 80s,
Look,
Kyo.
yeah, it's definitely not about merit in these awards shows.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of geriatrics trying to be nostalgic for the 80s.
Well, your opinions aren't going to change when I say that The Mandalorian also got nominated for Outstanding Drama Series.
Yep.
I would say that The Mandalorian is at least, like, that's fun.
But it's not an Emmy. It's not a fucking Emmy.
No, but it's fun to it's fun to see a Star Wars show end up in outstanding drama, knowing that it's not going to win.
Yeah, I think they have some kind of formula going where they want to definitely put up shows that a lot of people have watched so they can say, oh yeah, I like that show and I want an Emmy, yeah. Woo.
That's true. Ozark is in here, and Ozark got a ton of nominations for some reason.
Yeah, Ozark is very strong in the Emmys for some reason.
Ozark was third in Emmy nominations with 9 Emmy nominations. The highest receiver of Emmy nominations, by the way, Watchmen, which everyone but me hated, on the pod anyway.
I'll be honest about Watchmen. I have a dark confession to make about Watchmen. You may have noticed in the episode, but I didn't pay attention to that at all.
Oh my... Why are you just... What's even the point of revealing that now? Like literally a year after the fact.
It's a reveal, Curtis. It's a reveal that Watchmen would be proud of. A long-held trauma finally brought out into the open.
Okay.
Finally had that off my chest. The guilt.
I didn't think episode 101 would be so dramatic.
Yeah, who knew? But yeah, Ozark was racking up tons of noms. So did Watchmen. Watchmen's pretty much going to clean house in the limited series category, I'm assuming.
Oh, fuck.
Given that it's its next like big contender is Little Fires Everywhere, another show from the pod.
I don't even remember that one.
That's the one with there's a bunch of like microaggressions going on between a rich lady and the poor housekeeping lady.
Oh.
Also, friend of the show, Dylan McDermott, got nominated for his work in Hollywood.
Wow.
Good on him.
Our man McDermott.
Our sweet baby boy.
That's right. He's almost assuredly going to lose, but good on him.
Like, I want him to win this so we can go down stage and I can look at him on stage and I can smile.
Yeah.
Yes, cool. We'll be the ones the camera cuts to at his acceptance speech during the televised.
Over in the comedy bracket, things are a little better. The Good Place has finally gotten some recognition for its final season, as did the latest season of What We Do in the Shadows, a show that I keep simping for.
Yeah, Swanson, I'll watch it. I promise, I will watch it.
Keo, it got 3 writing nominations.
Wow,
that's more than 2.
Yeah, that's actually half the field of writing nominations. So
wow.
That seems like something that shouldn't be able to happen, and yet here we are.
This is all like the capitalist cycle of accumulation and hegemonization.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
I don't wanna.
Okay, bye.
Also nominated another former episode of the show that had its second season, Dead to Me.
Was that the one we watched with Connie?
Yeah, that was the Wine Mom show.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Yeah. So, as always, a mixed bag here in the Emmys. It's always
a lot of tears, a lot of jeers.
That's right. We'll have to see who wins when we get back to talking about it in September sometime. Those are only 2 times we talk about the Emmys, and these are those times. All right, so that's a tune out on the Emmys.
Yeah, tune out on the Emmys.
Let's get to Netflix, which is finally rolling out something that has been a little controversial. Netflix is finally putting out the long-rumored video playback speed controls this weekend for Android users as sort of a test.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, look. At first, I was with you guys on this. This
What's
is
all
like
this moaning and groaning about? There's the only one moaning.
Oh, I thought you were moaning, Keo.
No.
You're on board with this? You're on board with this?
Yeah, why would we want less features on our app?
Well, the reason I was sort of off board is because a lot of filmmakers don't seem to enjoy it. But evidently, people, deaf and blind people, it turns out, might actually benefit from these kind of features.
Well,
so I can't really...
There we go. They ruin another thing for me.
Well, look, I'm definitely against the concept of an ordinary person just needing to speed run the shows they're watching.
Oh, yes. There's like this disgusting culture of consumption in our society.
Yeah, I don't like that. But sometimes there might be a program where there are boring bits that you just want to kind of skip over.
Oh, you mean like everything we watch?
Yeah, or like our podcast.
Yeah, like our podcast.
If you were listening to this at 1.2 speed, I'm going to fucking kick your ass.
Did you say that faster just so they can get fucked up? There's like...
No, but really though, for example, if I'm watching a trash show like Unsolved Mysteries Netflix, I just want to get to the part where they say what happened. I can
skip all the grieving.
Yeah, I can like skip over the part where the wife is like sad about her dead husband.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had fast forward buttons on DVD players for 20 years now.
Yeah, I understand where there might be some concern from film and TV makers here, but I think this feature probably doesn't really hurt anybody, and it definitely helps people who might be able to use it like for good things.
Yeah, but I do pity the person who needs to like speed run a Marvel Netflix show or something.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get through Infinity War for the 15th time.
Put it on 2-point speed.
I'm pretty sure my dad just bought Doctor Strange on Blu-ray and fast forwarded to all the cool scenes, the action stuff.
He's like, they're talking. Speed it along.
I don't want to. To be fair, I don't want to listen to Benedict Cumberbatch either with his weird accent.
Wow.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Well, howdy there, partner. I'm your fellow American doctor.
I'm Stephen Strange. Hello,
Mr. Black.
But yeah, humble listeners, if you notice that in the future we're less impatient with Netflix shows, this might be why.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or at least one of us, because I probably won't actually use these controls.
Especially not for the podcast.
For now, though, these features are only being tested on the Android app on Netflix, so they haven't fully come out yet. But I'm gonna say tune in on them. This is I'm not gonna personally use them probably because I don't really have much of a need for them. But it's for people who do, it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tune out on it because it's making Swanson too cheerful.
I'm gonna tune in on it.
Yeah, that looks like it's a tune in on Netflix video controls. Good job, Netflix.
And now, moving on to some Denver news.
Oh, you have Denver news?
We have local news.
You guys are gonna love this. Former Denver officer who tracked down man who shot him says persistence does pay off.
Hold on, why'd the guy shoot him?
Let's see.
Colorado how do we know this is
escaping custody 46 years ago? Let's see. He was about to get arrested, and he shot the cop to get away. Apparently.
I don't know enough to know who the good guy and the bad guy in this scenario are.
You know what? Call me Timothy Oliphant, because that sounds justified.
Yeah, doesn't matter why he was being arrested. It just sounds good to you.
Yeah,
please
that's
don't
right.
Be rape. Please don't be rape. Please don't be rape.
That's what I say every time I listen to one of these news reports.
I'll be honest, I did not read this story. I just decided that we needed some Denver news now that we're in Denver.
Well, it's cool that it happened, or it's really fucked up that it did. One of those two. That's
true, yeah. Is that the Denver version of Tune In and Tune Out? It's cool or it's fucked up?
Yeah!
Alright, well, let's get to some news that is also potentially fucked up. Comedy Central is bringing back the Ren and Stimpy show.
Why?
Ren, we've been off the air for... I can't do the voice. I thought I could, but...
You idiot! How about that?
You idiot! That's Marge Simpson you're doing!
Hey, Ren, I don't know if that's a great idea. Is that how Stimpy sounds? I haven't watched that show in ages.
Yeah, kinda.
The European one kind of does have a bit of gruffness to his voice, I think.
Hey, Ren, I'm Stimpy. So yeah, Comedy Central's been trying to sort of rebuffed their animation slate as of late by taking a bunch of shows that were popular and just redoing them. Beavis and Butthead's getting a reboot. Daria is getting a spin-off based off of her friend Jody, and Clone High is coming back. So in addition to all of those, yeah, that one's the one that I'm actually cool with.
Yeah, Clone High coming back. That's cool, because didn't it get canceled?
They should
really
bring
early?
back House of Cosby's. Wait, no, they should not do that.
They should not do that. Clone High is good enough, in my opinion. Yeah, that show originally got canceled way too soon, so it's nice to see it get a chance again.
Okay, but Ren and Stimpy, like, what do we need them for in 2020?
Yeah, like, there's no point. Also, they tried rebooting them before on Spike TV, and it was god-awful.
Yeah, well, then you get to see, like, Ren's dick or something.
Probably, yeah. So, like, bringing it back after 25 years sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, bring back Space Ghost.
Yeah, bring back the original. Not even Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Well, they did bring back the original Space Ghost for that one episode of Batman, the Brave and the Bold. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. Viacom CBS Entertainment and Youth Group President, that's a mouthful, Chris McCarthy, was quick to note that the network is going to be working with a new creative team. A good thing to point out, because original series creator John Kay is a huge monster.
It needs to be killed immediately.
In addition to just being a regular, like, gross boy, he's also been accused of sexually exploiting minors, so it's no good.
Maybe not satire.
No wonder Viacom liked him so much.
Yeah. Yeah, no wonder. CBS said that's a good idea. Bring this guy back. But my problem with this, saying that he's working with a new creative team, is that I feel like there's no way that the original contracts for Ren and Stimpy don't give him some sort of money.
So...
For not... Even if he's not involved. Like, unless they found some loophole, I don't see how he's not getting paid by this.
I have no idea how the contract was originally.
I don't. I mean
sometimes they do just get all the rights from somebody. They do that sometimes, which is
he
beautiful.
was able to reboot the show on a different... I guess Spike TV is owned by Viacom, who owns Ren and Stimpy, so who knows. But
I think he's going to get royalty, at least from the original creator's credit.
Yeah, I don't want that. That's no good.
Yeah, he's probably going to buy like a slave or something with that money.
Yeah.
I don't know the lore.
And this is in addition to already not having any interest at all in seeing Ren and Stimpy 25 years after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess the original show is fun. I haven't rewatched it in years, but I'm sure it's still, like, got its moments. But there's no way that, like, I need to watch that now. It feels exactly like bringing back Beavis and Butthead. It's just a cash grab, an attempt to just get people's nostalgia up to watch something that really... The odds of it being good are far smaller than the odds of it being bad.
Less than 1%, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, this is why we should just destroy intellectual property and just let people bring back Beavis and Butthead when they feel like it.
Yeah.
Not when the money grabbers.
And the thing that makes Beavis and Butthead more potential to actually be successful is that Mike Judge is actually working on it. John Kay, for all of his faults, is sort of synonymous with Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy is one of those shows that doesn't really work without the creator, like that last season on Nickelodeon. It's like it's kind of hard to take.
Yeah,
if the show is there's a certain particular blend that makes a show work. Part of it was the fact that there was heavy censorship on the program, as well as the creator. And if you don't have those elements,
misogynist.
Yes.
If you don't have all those elements in place, it's very unlikely to have the magic work again.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be a tune-out, but, we'll see. We probably won't actually watch it, but we'll see.
Fuck no.
I like that Comedy Central is, like, just bringing back things. Remember that it brought back Crank Yankers a couple years ago?
Didn't we talk about that?
We did talk about it. We never watched it, thankfully, because there's no way that was good. Crank Yankers is a show that's like Ren and Stimpy, has probably aged poorly.
Yeah, I think if you... Yeah, I don't think Cranky Yankers has ever done anything as funny as that time Keo prank called Walmart and said he was a beekeeper.
Yeah, that's true. That's because most of the Crank Yankers jokes revolved around making fun of, like, people with disabilities. Or, like, foreigners.
Well, let me explain that joke, that prank call I made.
Story.
Because Stare didn't...
tale.
Stare didn't really explain it properly. So, I actually intervened in that call to prevent any mayhem.
Guardian Angel.
Yeah. So, our good friend, Song Sing,
Friend
I
of the
believe,
pod.
I think.
was on the phone talking to Walmart. And the premise of this prank was to complain to them about bees.
Oh, yeah!
And, we would call them and say, there's a lot of bees in the parking lot. Or there's like a bee in one section of the store. So she's telling them, like, yeah, call pest control. Go ahead. And I step in. I'm like, okay, I don't want them to actually call pest control because it's going to might cause some real problems at the store. Waste a worker's time or something. So I intervene. I just put on this voice. I say, do not call pest control. I am the beekeeper.
It was a lot deeper. Like, Keo, perfectly nailed the voice that was needed at that moment.
I still don't remember what the reaction was from the people to a third party suddenly joining the call.
So previously they were all talkative, like, oh yeah, we can call pest control, yeah. And then as soon as I came in, it was just dead silent. Like,
what else could you do if you heard that? They probably called the police.
So my plan backfired.
Probably.
Yeah, instead of calling pest control, they called the police. Caused more problems.
Oh, so I thought it was bees in the store, not the parking lot.
It was one or the other. We did this call to several places doing either premise. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I do distinctly remember you calling a pizza place and asking how many pepperonis they could put on a pizza.
Yeah. I think the record was it was like exactly 237 pepperonis.
I guess I was kind of a lame boy, because the closest thing I ever really did to a prank call was that when telemarketers would call the house, I would pick up and say, hello, and when they told me that they were, like, looking for, like, my mother or my father, I would say, they've been dead for 5 years, why would you bring this up? And then abruptly hang up on them. Alright, well, that's it for the news.
It's cool that happened.
Yeah, that's right. It did happen. True story. And that's it for the news, so let's get to a segment that's near and dear to our hearts. It's Guess Who's Coming! Hit the theme, Kyorain.
Guess who's coming?
Remix.
Yeah, wow. Stare came in with the remix there. Really heated it up.
Alright, what's the premise of this game, Swanson?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
That's right. Welcome to Guess Who's Coming, a monthly game that we play where I give my friends, my comrades, Kyorain and Staremaster here, the names of upcoming television shows for this month, and they have to guess what the premise is.
That's right.
The winner receives the prize located in that box over there.
The Denver box?
That's right, the box that says Denver.
It has a big D on it.
Yeah, it's a big D for Denver. And nothing else. Now then, let's waste no more time and let's get just right into it. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. This first one is a CW show called Coroner.
Okay.
How's it spelled?
Coroner. Coroner.
All right.
Did you want to go there?
No, I was just curious.
All right. So this show is about a quirky coroner who quirky coroner, of course, who had their world rocked and lost their quirkiness when they had to inspect the body of a loved one.
Oh, okay.
Alright, this show's about a quirky and lovable coroner who has to investigate a new wacky corpse each week while balancing the demands of being a father of 5.
Oh, okay. Keo, just a quick question. What did you say was the gender of the person?
I didn't give a gender so that I couldn't be wrong.
I think a girl in a same-sex couple could be the father if they chose to be.
All right, I'm gonna say it's a woman. Okay, how about that? They said it's a man. I say it's a woman.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say they're masculine. This individual.
Both of you were smart enough to not list they them pronouns because we all know those don't exist in TV land.
Well, yeah.
Especially not for the lead of a television program.
I'm pretty sure they still don't even know what bisexuality is.
Definitely not on like broadcast TV. Maybe on the CW. Anyway, coroner follows Dr. Jenny Cooper, a recently widowed, newly appointed coroner who investigates any suspicious, unnatural, or sudden deaths in Toronto.
Hold on.
That's closer to Stair's premise, actually.
Yeah.
Each death. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Each death brings Jenny into a new area of a new arena in the city, and sparks buzzworthy themes.
Yes.
So, right out the gate, Stairmaster, you got yourself a point there.
Yes, always bet on the Monster of the Week format for procedurals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I failed to realize that this was the CW.
Well, to be fair, if we ever cover this show, we might talk about it, but we'll see. This is technically an import from the Canadian Broadcasting Channel.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Japan or something.
No, this is... No, I think it would be like cost prohibitive to translate a program and put it on like that broadcast TV.
Yeah, it's never been done before.
Yeah. They would never want to do that. So instead they just steal from Canada and Britain.
Yeah. That's what Comedy Central should do. They should just put anime on if they need animated shows.
Yeah, like funny anime, like put Hamtaro on.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Next, we move to Showtime for this idea here.
Idea?
It's a show. We Hunt Together.
Are you,
okay, so this is a sitcom about cavemen and women and others.
Okay.
They're not. They don't live in caves. They're hunter-gatherers in like 10,000 BC in the Mesopotamian floodplains.
So they're not. They haven't yet become cavemen.
Wait, what network was this?
What? Showtime.
Huh. I don't know what Showtime is. Do they do stuff like that?
I don't know how many caves there are in Mesopotamia, Swanson.
Well, fair.
But anyways, yeah, they're hunting and gathering, and each week they fight a new mythical creature.
On Showtime.
Yes. Also, you can see the ladies' boobs a lot, because they've got caveman clothing. It's very revealing.
Well, that might be true for Showtime.
I don't think I've ever heard of a Showtime show with like a setting like that, but I could be wrong.
They got to get that Game of Thrones money, Keo.
Okay, I'm gonna go with an urban setting for this Showtime show. That's the vibe I get from Showtime, and it's about it's about a team like maybe like 5 guys.
5 guys.
Or gals.
Yeah, five guys. They're 5 bounty hunters.
Yes.
And they eat it. They eat it 5 guys.
Shut up.
Wow. All right. Is that your entire guess?
Yeah. There's 5 guys. They hunt.
God, I'm hungry now.
They hunt bounties, and they also hunt for delicious
burgers and shakes.
Burgers and shakes. Yeah. And one of them wants the hot dogs though.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
The big like drama element in this is that one of them doesn't like Five Guys. He's afraid to admit
it. Yeah.
For
he's
fear
like
of rejection.
He's like biting into the burger, and you can see in his face that he's not actually enjoying it.
Oh, fuck
he
that
like
guy.
spits it into he like spits it into the bag.
Oh, fuck off! I hate him already.
All right, We Hunt Together. A gripping twist on a classic cat and mouse story, We Hunt Together explores the intoxication of sexual attraction and the dangerous power of emotional manipulation, as two conflicted detectives track down a pair of deadly killers.
Alright, so that does have hunting, but not gathering. And I did mention there would be a lot of boobs in my show, so that is pretty sexy.
True, but this does seem to be set in modern day.
But
given that detectives didn't really exist in Mesopotamia, as far as I'm aware.
And, I don't know, it sounds pretty urban to me.
Yeah. I think, by default, Keto actually wins on that one.
Yeah,
even though he mailed it in big time.
Swanson, I'm a TV novice, but am I right in saying that show, Stateless Guard, would never be on Showtime?
No, Showtime would never air anything that featured cave. I think most broadcast networks, or Showtime's not a broadcast network, most networks wouldn't showcase a show featuring cavemen. Not since that Cavemen sitcom back in the day.
Okay.
Fun fact, did you know that there were actually urban settlements in Mesopotamia prior to the development of agriculture, just because foraging was so plentiful back then?
Wow.
In the marshes and whatnot.
We need to go back to that.
Yes, we do.
Make Mesopotamia again.
Oh God, Donald Trump just talks about how agriculture was a mistake and recycling is fake.
I mean, listen, second term probably. It's probably the end game. All right, this next one's an HBO show called Lovecraft Country.
Oh God.
Okay, so this is set in New England. And it's a political drama following the career of Bernie Sanders. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's like this guy, and he's like a private investigator. He's looking for someone who went missing. So he goes to this town, and there's like all these freaky fish-eyed people. It's just like, whoa! And then he learns some forbidden knowledge and dies.
Also, it's kind of racist.
Insane. Yes.
So
my cat is named Beep.
Yeah.
So, is this just a summary of Lovecraft's works in general? That's just what they all are?
That's just what Stair was going for, yeah.
It's probably an anthology show, but I'll just stand by what I've already said.
Oh, okay. Lovecraft Country. So I only vaguely know of Lovecraft through the idea of what's the guy's name? Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
Yog-Sothoth.
Cheflu.
Yeah, he's
Nyarlathotep.
Yeah, Cthulhu's like a little man with like
the King in Yellow. No, he's very much not little.
Little man with an octopus for a head, and
no,
he's like a big boy, like the biggest.
Yes.
All right,
it's like Mark Henry.
Okay, Cthulhu Country. Did I say Cthulhu Country? I meant Lovecraft Country. So what happens is this is set in the United States of America. Okay. First of all.
Mm-hmm.
And
no cavemen.
Yeah, and a Lovecraftian being wins the presidency disguised as a human.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a fucking kick-ass show.
Yeah, that's... oh no, it's not going to be the actual premise, is it?
That sounds like a kick-ass show. Let's see.
It's too good.
I would vote for the King in Yellow.
Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft Country follows Atticus Freeman as he meets up with his friend Latia and his uncle George to embark on a road trip across 1950s Jim Crow America in search of his missing father. This begins a struggle to survive and overcome both the racist terrors of white America and the terrifying monsters ripped from the paperbacks.
Well, that sounds like there's fish-eyed people, since there's like white trash.
Also, to be fair, Stair did mention a missing person.
Yeah, that's I think Stair's saving grace here. But I did say it was set in America.
True.
I said New England.
Oh yeah, he said he named like a place, but New England is not Jim Crow America.
Yes, it was very racist though. Don't ever forget that.
I thought you just said England.
No, he said New England.
Okay, well, I guess Stair just totally takes it then.
Yeah, Stair, it looks like you got that point.
Wow.
All right.
Now that we're in Denver, I'm just dominating this game. I wonder if it's like the lower oxygen, like, maybe that's what the thing athletes do.
You're dominating like the Denver Broncos.
Touchdown.
So this next one, we're moving over to the world of streaming for this Apple TV Plus program.
Ooh.
Also, Stair could win if he gets the point here. Ted Lasso.
Oh.
Fuck me.
Oh, God. Is this like a Wild West thing? It can't be, can it?
Okay, plot twist. It's not Wild West. It's about a modern rancher named Ted. And he's just trying to find love in a way to get the cows where they need to go, which is the industrial drilling pit that they kill all the cows in.
No, I think this Lasso name is a red herring. There's not going to be any type of cattle involved at all in this. Swanson's messing with us.
0 cow.
So, I'm just going to say this is a show, I don't know, about like a dad. And he's trying to make things work.
I just want to point out the guy in my show could also be a dad, even if he is trying to find love.
Oh.
No.
Pretty well.
This dad is he's married, but it's about the dad. And
he's still trying to find love. He's cheating on his wife.
Yeah, he's trying to cheat on his wife.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm allowed to add to Keo's premise.
Apparently. I mean, Keo could just also reject what you said, but he decided he was going to be a good scene partner and say yes and. Okay. Ted Lasso follows an American football coach who moves to England when he's hired to manage a soccer team, despite having no experience. With cynical players in a doubtful town, will he get them to see the Ted Lasso way?
Alright, so that is sort of like wrangling cattle. The British, I mean.
Okay.
Is he a dad, though? Is he a dad?
I said he could be a dad.
Well, I specifically said
All
he's
I
a
said
dad.
was he was searching for love.
I don't think he's a dad.
Oh, my God. I guess Stair wins?
Wow. It's Keo, you got...
I'm sorry.
Okay, wait. I have an argument.
Here.
I have an argument here. I said specifically there's no cattle in this program.
Alright.
And there's no cattle in this program. Everything else is equal here, I think.
Oh.
So I guess it's up to Swanson whether my argument if the British are literally or metaphorically
That doesn't make any
is valid or
doesn't make
not.
any sense.
I would say historically the British have been anything but cattle.
Yeah, they're more reptilian.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, boy. You know what? I think Keo barely manages to get that point there. Ooh, Denver's changed some things. Stair's dominating.
Oh my God, I'm barely hanging on here.
Yeah, we have a tied game, but it still feels like Stair has you on the ropes somehow. And with that, let's get to our tiebreaker here. From Peacock, 5 bedrooms.
Oh my God.
Alright, so this is a show about polyamory. No, wait, no. It can't be about polyamory. Why would they have 5 separate bedrooms? Fuck. You go, Keo.
Stair has to rethink his entire concept.
So yeah, it's not about polyamory. I agree. Also, they would never air a program like that because that's unacceptable in our culture, guys. So
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna agree on that. Polyamory is not the thing going on here.
What's next? They have a protagonist with they them pronouns.
Yeah, that would be nuts. I think that 5 bedrooms is just about some people. They become roommates in the 5-bedroom house. How about that?
I think it's a reality show where they're all living in like a Big Brother type.
No,
except the gimmick is there's 5 bedrooms.
No, it's definitely gonna be like some kind of drama.
Okay, I guess I won't suggest that then.
Yeah, don't butt in on my territory again. I'm not falling for that.
Okay, I think it's about a really rich guy who owns a 5-bedroom apartment.
Oh, okay.
But his existence is very hollow and meaningless, and he's trying to find people to fill those bedrooms with. But not like in a polyamorous way, since that's verboten.
Just in like a he's lonely kind of way?
He's just looking for some fellas to hang out with. Platonically.
Hey, listen, if you're looking for some fellas to hang out with, why not listen to the TV Tuners pod?
We'll live in your 5-bedroom apartment, that's for sure. Probably.
Now, I don't want to alarm anybody here, but I did look at the starring section here for who is starring in this show. And I don't know who this person is, but there is a person on this show whose name is Stephen Peacock.
Mr. Peacock himself.
Wow.
Only it's with an E at the end of Peacock.
Okay.
I guess he's like the landlord for the 5-bedroom
All right, this
apartment.
changes everything. Swansea, can I change my premise?
I'm sure.
No, but I do want to hear it.
All right, so Stephen Peacock. That's also the character he's playing, right?
Sure. It's not, but...
Oh.
All right, so Stephen Peacock. Wait, this is just Stairs' premise. Never mind.
Keeping your original premise?
Yes!
I was just going to restate his premise, but now the guy with the house trying to rent it out is named Stephen Peacock.
Oh, fuck you.
But
yeah,
no,
I think I think you should just keep your regular one.
Okay,
here.
keeping the original one. It's about it's like a drama about like people they don't have enough money to get by, so they have to rent a 5-bedroom house together.
All right,
and they're roommates, and somebody dies in episode 4.
Oh,
there's a vacant bedroom.
Ooh.
5 singles meet at, of all places, the singles table at a wedding. After several bottles of champagne, they decide to pitch in and buy a house together. 5 singles buy a house together. What could go wrong? It's a grand social experiment with one glaring problem. They'll have to actually live with each other.
Wow.
That's some of the corniest fucking ad read I've ever read for one of these shows. Anyway, I guess that's Keo's point.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't try to redo my premise.
Never in this game has Keo been an underdog before. Denver has really changed the landscape. I mean, Keo still won, of course, but the point was that he was an underdog. It's a real John Cena story.
Win or lose, I still feel deeply ashamed.
Well, Keo, you get what's in that big D box over there, so...
All right. Crack this bad boy open.
Yeah, unbox it.
All right. Let me just rip this open. Hold on. Oh, wow! There's a demon in this box, Swanson.
Yeah, currently
what kind?
Unconscious, but you know.
What kind of demon?
It's like an imp.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care for that.
No?
Were you hoping it would be like a succubus stairmaster?
Yes. Well, it would be kind of fucked up if the succubus was unconscious in the box.
Stair wanted a big titty succubus.
Yes.
No.
I need my demon mommy GF to tell me everything's gonna be alright, and I didn't fuck up.
Well, Keo's got like a little imp now, so...
A little man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yes. Congratulations on your new slave.
Is the imp going to be my friend, or is it going to, like, jab me with that little trident it has?
I don't know. You're going to have to figure it out when it wakes up. It's your imp now.
Wow. So the D stand
You'll probably
demon?
You'll probably be out for another 10 minutes or so.
Now, I'm just wondering, though, are like, demons endemic to Denver somehow? Like, what's...
Oh, have you ever been to the Denver airport?
No.
And seen those creepy-ass murals that everyone thinks is affiliated with the New World Order?
No.
No? Oh, dear.
Well, you're going to have to take me down there after we finish recording.
It's true. We didn't take a flight here. We just sort of ended up in Denver.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go to the airport.
I'm afraid what would happen if we tried to leave Denver.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, they could perceive it as us leaving Denver if we went to the airport at all.
It's no good. Speaking of no good, let's get into our show this week.
Ooh.
It's time for our main event. This week we watched just a singular program, thankfully, and now we're going to talk about it. Stateless centers around 4 strangers who are put into an immigration detention center in the Australian desert. An airline hostess escaping a suburban cult, an Afghan refugee fleeing persecution, a young Australian father escaping a dead-end job, don't see him, and a bureaucrat caught up in national scandal. When their lives intersect, they are pushed to the brink of sanity. 2 of those people I don't think show up in this episode.
I think they're counting like the family. Since that is multiple. No?
No, that's just the guy himself is the only one who gets captured.
Yeah, but his family gets on the boat.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And that's like, aren't they the other three?
No, they get to just make it. He gets... I don't know what happens in this show.
He got captured by, like, the street thugs.
Spoilers for this show, the editing makes things a little confusing.
Maybe.
They jump.
I can't tell.
They jump in, like... They do, like, a time jump at some point that, like, doesn't make sense. And then they, like... There's a lot of leaps in logic at the end here. This show... I forgot that I had to say some good things about this show, so maybe I should stop while I'm ahead.
Well, good thing number one, Detective Nick Nolte from The Wire is here.
That's true. Yeah, he's doing stuff. He's good in this. He's fun.
All right, so main thing number one for me, I'm going to mark this down, is that this show does the thing that I hate most in all these TV, I'm going to call it a pilot, is they need to have all the characters in this, well, not all of them, but several of them in the first episode, and they just jump between them at random, seemingly.
Yeah.
As if we're just going to get too bored of one character.
Yeah, well, my thing is, like, I feel like you could have opened it up with them in the detention center and then, like, maybe done, like, a Lost thing where you go back and take a look at how they got there. That could be fun. That way you have, like, a premise for some of the episodes. You know, you look at each character through that lens for an episode while continuing the main story.
Yeah, and the stuff they show here in this episode is, first of all, they clearly saw it wasn't not enough to carry the episode alone, so they had to cram in, two different stories and then one different set of scenes of guys talking to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, two stories of two of the people who are in the actual detention center, and then one story of a guy who works there.
Yeah, it's not a story, though. There's no story with that guy. What's the story with that guy?
He needed a new job, and he found it.
His local racism factory broke down.
Okay, I think I have my third nice thing.
Okay.
This is the only time that I've seen Jai Courtney, and I've enjoyed it.
What? You mean...
That's Jai, yeah, the guard guy who is here is Jai Courtney. This is the only time that I've seen him in something and been like, alright, sure.
Yeah, because he's not playing action star number 5.
Yeah.
Generic white soldier boy.
But yeah, the idea of a guy needing a new job and getting the new job, I don't consider that to be a story, really.
Yeah, there needs to be a training arc. He needs to climb, like, this pillar that's constantly spewing lotion or whatever the fuck.
Well, get this there. Get this there. His training arc is training to be woke. He's going to learn about the indignities that go on here and, do something about it, maybe. Probably not, though.
Probably not. Do you think he can really change the system from the inside, Swanson?
No. I think that's kind of the idea, right?
Yeah.
So
I hope so.
We get a lot. So we focus on 2 of the people who end up in this detention center. 2 of the ones that I described in there, I don't think show up at all. So yeah, they interspersed between.
We have our 4 protagonists: Hiro Yui, Quattro Winner, Duo Maxwell, and Troa Barton.
He's just the Gundam Wing people.
Yes.
Okay.
You just gave me an aneurysm by listing those names out.
Yeah.
So this show, I think, is supposed to this episode is supposed to be like making a point by switching between this lady's sort of lifestyle and then these immigrants trying to these refugees trying to escape a brutal dictatorship.
But it doesn't even seem like a brutal dictatorship. It just seems like they live in a bad country.
Well, yeah, true.
Economically speaking.
Oh, that's right. They're from Afghanistan. The guy they were talking to is from Iraq. So, because the guy he talks to at one point mentions that Saddam's men are going to cut off his balls if he goes back.
Oh, is this a period piece?
I think this is So I didn't mention this. Sorry. This is Netflix. This is a Netflix import, technically, from Australia.
Oh,
our second Australian show.
Oh, what was the other one? It was that
My Life is Murder.
Oh.
Which is Lucy Lawless, aka Xena, was like.
Yeah, for some reason Yeah.
For some reason,
reading
I thought
the
that
instruction manual or something.
show we dropped. What show was Trackers from? What country was Trackers from?
That was South Africa.
Africa.
That was a
Okay.
South African show that was on like Cinemax or
How
something.
did I mix up South Africa and Australia? Explain that to me, please.
They're both very racist.
Yeah, in their own way. This series is partly inspired by the real-life story of Cornelia Rau, a German citizen who was illegally detained in Australia for 10 months.
Damn.
Because
That's
of
fucked up
mental
that
illness.
happened.
And that's kind of that's the story that we get with the lady
Right,
here, Sophie.
She doesn't seem mentally ill. She just seems traumatized in this.
I think they showcase in a couple scenes that she's definitely not like mentally stable.
Nah, she's just a Leo.
Yeah. I don't know where the of course the real life basis for this character was not involved in a cult. So that's one thing. But the cult parts are like the only mildly interesting parts of this that involve her.
Yeah, I want to see Dominic West doing more dark magic.
Yes, like that should be the show. I want to see Dominic West as like some sort of like Scientology-esque figure.
Yeah, one thing I did not like about this show, this is mean thing number 2, is that they set up this actually somewhat interesting cult scenario that I think we're gonna be abandoning pretty much.
Yeah, I would assume so. Also,
Maybe Nick Nolte's gonna shoot up the detention center to get her back, a la Terminator.
oh yeah, a movie he was in.
He'll be like shooting fireballs at people, and maybe he has like a scythe made out of shadows.
And then he'll reveal he's Kyle Reese.
I mean, I don't know. It's like McNulty is set up as like a pretty actually compelling antagonist here, right?
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
clearly like a manipulator who's like brainwashing this lady.
Ooh, maybe the show's gonna circle back to him, and he'll be the one responsible for Australia being racist to immigrants.
Oh, yeah. That'd be something.
for some reason
he
I
just
doubt
becomes the
it.
prime minister.
No, he's the man behind the throne. He's a puppet master.
Oh, wow, a real Littlefinger situation.
Yeah, like the prime minister will just be talking to like a spooky, shadowy face on a monitor, like Evangelion, and we get to see the other side of the monitor, and it's Nick Nolte.
That's good. So, at first I was gonna talk about this as the scenes unfold, but really the show is like pretty lackadaisical in its pacing, so there's no point in doing that. I think we would just get bored. So instead I'm just gonna point out the things in each arc, each story that
I think
I felt worthy of talking about.
all my notes are about the cult stuff, by the way.
That's
Yeah,
really
because it's more
stuff.
interesting. So let's focus on that, and then we'll get to the last bit here with the immigrant. Because Jack Courtney stuff we pretty much already discussed. That's pretty much all that happens with Jack Courtney in this episode. He needs a job. His friend's like, "Why don't you get one?" In the detentions in the racism factory, and he's like, "Okay, sure."
Wasted a lot of time on that. A lot of time wasted.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we get, my thing here with her sequence is that things seem to, like, jump a lot. I don't know if this is on purpose. I'm gonna guess maybe not, but I thought it might be a thing where they were trying to showcase her instability. But, like, they jump from her at Christmas time with her family, and then they cut to her at, like, a motivational function later.
Oh yes.
And then, like, a little bit after, like, a couple scenes after that, we find out it's been weeks.
Yeah, I just assumed I was being stupid, and my brain had been ruined by months of marijuana.
No,
abuse.
this program does not convey the passage of time, which you need to do in your show.
Yeah, especially because it's being interspersed with something that's happening, like, days apart of each other in the immigrant story.
Yeah, they should have the lady like grow a massive beard to show the passage of time.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, exactly. But she's at this, like, gala for this, like, dance cult that that McNulty's at, and he's all like, "Hey, listen to me. I'm gonna help you better yourself."
Oh, I didn't even realize this was a cult until I looked at the show description.
You didn't think it was a cult?
I just thought Australian white wine mom, the suburbanites were just insane like that.
No, I'm pretty sure this is just like standard cult procedure. Also, right now, I don't think she's in Australia yet because her family is German.
Yeah, so
I think she's like I think she's living in Australia since.
So
yeah, I think that might be the idea, right? She's living in Australia.
I don't know if you knew this, but Australia is basically a nation of immigrants.
So brief recap.
It's almost like that makes their immigration policies extra fucked.
A brief recap of what a cult is, or what cults normally do.
Yes.
First of all, they like to alienate you from your friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Check.
They oftentimes take advantage of you for financial gain.
Check.
They establish a dependence on the cult leader.
Check.
I think that's all the check marks on that this show filled in, which are the three main ones.
Yeah, when her sister comes to visit her, she says that she's been spending $400 on dancing lessons. Where's she getting these dancing lessons? UCB? Jesus Christ! $400.
Well, also, I think the concept of being reborn as well. That one too.
Yeah. We also get some scenes, two big ones, where Cate Blanchett and Dominic West are like pretty much indoctrinating her, where they're like, you need to let go of your feelings and like tell us how you feel so we can emotionally manipulate you some more. And then they make her feel welcome by giving her like the lead in this dance number, which ends up being the most uncomfortable dance number I've ever seen.
Yeah.
She also worked as like an airline hostess, and we get like a scene where I felt for this poor guy who's like, I guess her manager, who's just like, you have to come on time, and she's just like, fuck this, I quit. And he's just like, oh, come on.
Hey, Swanson, I don't want to alarm you, but I just saw Stairmaster get onto the Denver public transit.
What?
Yeah, he's gone.
Stair, where are you going?
He's on the bus.
Amazing.
You think he's gonna survive out there in the mean streets of Denver?
No, he'll be back.
And do we want to continue without him?
I guess that's the only thing we can do. So yeah, long story short, she does this dance number and has a panic attack in the middle of it.
She's like practically weeping midway through it.
Yeah, and he's like, the guy's just like, you've embarrassed me, fuck off! In front of everybody, which is like, cult leader shit. And so she breaks down and runs away.
Yeah, I think this was definitely the most compelling scene in this entire episode, by far.
Yeah, for sure. And she's just like running down the street, like distraught. The police pick her up, and like her sister. This is where I thought it was pretty clear that she has like mental issues, because her sister seems to mention that to her parents, who don't seem to understand it, that like she needs like support and like help.
Yeah, the thing that kind of I wasn't sure on, and I guess it's actually makes it a little more interesting, is that there were some clear signs that she was mistreated by her parents in some pretty severe ways, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole story about she was at some kind of ice skating competition, and her whole family went to go see her sister's award instead.
Yeah. Pretty rough.
Yeah, and I mean, that has pathos to it, and it's just, why are we seeing this in this show? Like, it's supposed to be about the detention center, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah.
Why
I think you have one more mean thing you need to say about this, Keo.
Okay, the mean thing I'm going to say about this is stupid to focus on all this cult stuff if we all know where the show's ending up, and it's at a detention center where this is not going to actually matter.
Yeah, it seemed like it's all engaging and stuff, and then like she just runs into the water and starts swimming, and I guess like the Australian equivalent of the Coast Guard or like Immigration Services finds her and assumes she's an immigrant.
Yeah, presumably.
But we don't get that scene. All we get is her walking into the ocean like Who's the famous author? It doesn't matter. What who cares? She walks into the ocean, and that's all we get of her until the end when she like meets Jack Courtney, and he's just like, they do this thing that it only happens in shows because it wouldn't happen in real life, where two people who don't know each other meet, but because they're leads on the TV show, they have to have a meaningful glance at each other, even though they don't know anything about each other.
Yeah, it's called drama, Swanson.
And meanwhile, on the immigrant side, it tells more of like a basic story, but I think one that was probably it was like I guess necessary to show the plight before he gets captured or whatever. But it's also the ending of this is confusing. So, long story short, for this guy, he goes around. Him and his family are preparing to head to Australia. They get gypped out of their money and their passports. And then I guess these con men are working like for the immigration services to capture these people. That seemed to be the idea.
I'm not sure. I guess
the police were right there waiting
because they got busted right away, right? But they're also taking their money and all their information as well. So
yeah, I guess police wouldn't be into that, but who knows?
Yeah, it could be corrupt. Yeah.
So yeah, they get away, and then he goes back around, finds the guy, and steals the money with the help of his buddy here. And then this is when like the editing makes it very strange. Suddenly they get a boat. So the passage of time is real strange because at nighttime he holds this one guy at knife point and asks for the location of the guy who gypped him.
Yeah, instead of
then it's daylight again.
Instead of spending a bunch of time on that guy, who I don't remember the name of, who got the job, maybe just go ahead and show a little more of that, right?
Right. So then it cuts to daylight again, and him and his buddy are accosting this guy and being like, he'll scam you, don't fall for it, and they steal his money and run away. And then it's nighttime again, and and his family is on a boat preparing to head to Australia, and he gets captured by these thugs.
Yeah, and I guess this is the most interesting part of his story, is this whole thing of being gypped and all that. That was actually, pretty compelling, but most of it, the rest of the stuff is pretty rote, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You would agree, right? It's just kind of like, you need to have sympathy. Look, he's got kids and all that.
Yeah, I would say it's probably pretty generic, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that like that ending part is interesting if weirdly edited in paste. So then, yeah, it all comes together, of course. We don't see him in the detention center yet, but I think that's the implication that we're going for, probably. But then, like, the episode ends with Jai Courtney. He's getting a look around the detention center he's going to work at. And then, like, Sophie is there, and he's all like, oh, who are you?
Mm.
And she also uses a fake name, which is not going to be a good idea.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And, yeah, that's about it for that show. I'm getting a text message from Stairmaster.
Uh-huh.
He said, tune out.
Wow. And I've got a text message as well. It's from, the contact here is Stairmaster's captors. And they say, we have Stairmaster $10,000.
Oh, that's a lot. I don't know if we should do that.
I'm not paying that kind of money.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
Yeah, kill him.
Whoa. I don't know if they have to kill him. They can just like, do whatever you want with him. It's fine. So yeah, I think, this show I think has good intentions, good ideas. It just doesn't use them to the fullest ability that they probably should.
Editing is real jank.
Yeah.
The plotting is somewhat confusing, and we focus on stuff that, I don't know, the cult thing could have been its own show. Let's be real here.
And it probably should have been, because it was the most compelling part of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to have to give this a tune out.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, I was entertained by it, but you know what? I'm going to give it a tune-in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It has a lot of problems to it, but I could see it getting better once all this jank is out of the way, maybe. So I'm going to, we're going to tune out on it overall, but I'm going to give the audience the assurance that, hey, this sounds interesting to you. Maybe check it out. Who knows?
So yeah, that's a tune out on Stateless. And hey, if you like the podcast, why not go over to Buy Me a Coffee, where we have set up our own page, and give us a little donation if you're feeling generous. And hey, if you're not, no big deal. It's a one-time thing. You don't have to feel committed to it or anything. It might help us break Stairmaster free, or we'll just spend it on something useful.
Coffee.
Yeah. Anyway, go over there. You can find the link in our bio on twitter.com @TVTuners. And that'll be about it for this week's episode of the show. Stay tuned Thursday for another Bleachcast, and we'll be back next week with more TV goodness. Until then, keep watching. Bye.
It's over.
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Denver Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster is currently being waterboarded by these kidnappers?